and welcome to another installation in our epic story of the life and times of the Caribbean Sea. And in this chapter, I'm heading over to St. Lucia. Now, in this case, let me see. I'm going southeast, a little bit north of Barbados, and here we are. Bam! I'm in St. Lucia, beautiful island. I've been there before. And in this occasion, I'm speaking with Joan Norville, who is with the OECS. OECS, Organization of Eastern Caribbean States, which is based in Castries, St. Lucia. Hi, Joan, how are you?
I'm fine, Claire. Greetings from St. Lucia and the Eastern Caribbean.
Well, I am so happy I could make it over to visit with you this morning. I'm hoping you have some good sawfish for breakfast left for me there in your pot. Have you?
Yes, well, saltfish, sea moss, and lots of other things, cocoa tea.
Oh my God. I can't
Yes.
wait to get started. So let's get this interview out of the way so I can, have some virtual food with you afterwards.
Okay,
So,
and
so
I will go swimming after as well.
oh, that sounds good. Sounds good. I love
Yes.
it. So tell me, what are you doing over there at the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States?
Okay, at the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States, we are looking at many things in relation to natural resource management.
Yeah.
We actually are implementing our St. George's Declaration of Environmental Principles for Sustainability, and that is looking at disaster management, ocean governance, energy, and a lot of things, marine area management related to environmental sustainability. So it's a lot of exciting work, and most of it is related to the country's needs.
And what
So,
are you doing yourself? What is your
okay,
particular area of work?
currently I am working on the Eastern Caribbean Marine Managed Areas Network project,
Yes.
where we are looking at the livelihood, sustainable livelihoods components, where we are trying to enhance the enterprises of our resource users, for example, our fishers,
Mhm.
our tour operators, and even those who operate on land. And so the craft persons, for example, we are trying to show the how we can utilize our natural resources to increase our income, to generate revenue, to sustain our families, and even just to live.
So beyond fish, what sort of things are the people on land doing? I guess okay, the men go out and fish. Mostly it's men, right? Are the women going out to
Yes.
fish too? So men go out and fish. They come back. What are the people on land doing? You said craft. I'm curious as to how craft comes into the fisher's story. What kind of craft are they doing that's coming from the sea?
Okay, so for example, in St. Lucia, they're not only looking at the sea marine, but also the mangrove, which is again the interface between the sea and
Okay,
land.
okay.
So they're looking at craft related to mangroves. They're looking at the use of in certain species, for example, the lionfish, which for us is invasive, but the craft, the scales of the lionfish can be used to make earrings, the spines, necklaces, and these sort of
Really?
things. And yes, and
You don't
generate revenue.
you don't have to have one of those necklaces at your home, do you?
No, I don't right now,
Oh
but
my Lord, I wish you had some. Next
I will try
time.
and keep one for you when you come over.
So here's the thing now. What I was gonna say to you is now, I need for you to make sure I come back and visit in a couple of hours and you go and borrow one from your friend and put on a necklace and model it for me because I think our viewers would love to see the kind of craft that is being made by the lionfish scales. So I've been hearing about this lionfish problem. So is lionfish now being eaten a lot more in the Eastern Caribbean than before?
Yes, it is. And this is a good thing for us because one of our slogans is eat it to beat it. So we are encouraging persons to, I mean, at first they were kind of afraid because they were told it's poisonous. So it's like, I don't want to eat this thing, I'm not sure it would be good for me. But now with the recipes that are happening, like lionfish sort of acra fish cakes, and grilled lionfish and blackened lionfish. Oh, it
Wow.
just tastes so good. I mean, people are grabbing this now.
Well, what I would hope is that you guys will have a lionfish festival and invite me down to be a judge, and then I can come with my camera crew, and we have a lionfish festival where I'm a judge and I get to eat as much lionfish as I want. That would be my major dream. So,
Oh,
so, so that's
come late this month, please. We have Fisherman's Feast this month in a number of our OECS countries,
oh my
and
God.
lionfish is one of the main items on the menu.
Oh my God. I think you
Yeah.
guys are going to have to freeze some and ship to me because I can't leave America in the month of June because June is National Caribbean American Heritage Month and I have a lot
Oh,
of projects doing for June. So, but I know if you freeze it and pack it properly, it will get to me in 3 days. I can make my own. And I'm on a see fish, eat fish diet. So I would love to be able to try. I've never had it, so I'd love to be able to try it.
oh gosh, you've been missing a lot, Claire. You've missed a lot. I will definitely get it fillet, packaged, and shipped to you. If
Yay!
so,
Yoo!
yes.
So the other thing I've been hearing about, because I know about lionfish, I know a lot more, and I know about this I think it's called sargassum invasion.
Seaweed.
I've been reading about the seaweed, right?
Yes.
And it's red. It's red. Is it really red, or we just call it red sargassum because we want to call it? Does it really look red like your blouse or my
No,
blouse?
it's not as red. And actually, if you look at it fresh from the sea, it looks yellow. But then when it dies and it dries up, the color deepens and it looks kind of brownish red.
Ah, so tell me
Yeah.
about it because the impression I got when I read the articles was that like the whole of the beaches in St. Lucia are being covered by this seaweed, and it just, I imagine it looking really yucky. So give me the experience of what it is to see an invasion of sargassum on your beaches.
Okay, in St. Lucia, it has been coming and going, but I would speaking on behalf of all of the Eastern Caribbean states, it is really bad in some places. For example, like Antigua, when you get that invasion, there is actually the smell from the sulfide coming up, and a lot of people cannot even stay in their houses. And the
Wow!
schools, a couple of times the schools have had to close
Oh
because
my
it's
God!
that bad. Yes, the hotels, a lot of people are canceling, they no longer want the room. So it is affecting us both economically and socially.
Wow. So,
Yes,
oh my God, I didn't know it was so bad. I didn't know it had a smell. I thought it was just at least the visual. And it's just too much. Like, normally in the morning you go out on the beach, you tourist right there, you wake up the seaweed. You're not talking about seaweed you kind of wake up. You're talking about miles of seawater of seaweed.
yes,
So
yeah.
can't they just take a fishing boat and go and just trawl it up?
No, it would need should I say, a wall of fishing boats because it also extends out as well as down into the sea.
Oh my
And
God.
yes, it is a lot, and it's actually called Brazilian. The species we have, I think, is Brazilian sargassum. Um, there are times of like another time you will have one all the way from the African coast. So it depends on the species and where they come from. Currently, we have the one that originated from Brazil. So we have the
So,
Brazilian.
so we're talking about another kind of invasion. We have the lionfish invasion, and now we have the sargassum invasion. So the
Yes.
Caribbean have a new set of pirates coming in. Just when we thought we'd gotten our independence, right? And we're
Yeah.
beginning to struggle up off our knees as independent countries, bam, we get hit by a new set of pirates. So what
Yes.
kind of policies and plans and procedures and projects can be put in place to deal with these pirates?
Okay, it is actually going to be a combination where everybody has to be on board. But some of the things we have been looking at is what opportunities you can get. So, can you use it, for example, as um, like for mulch? Can you use it? Can we use it as mulch? Can we use it as um, biogas digestion to generate biogas? And I think that we would call it methane, so that you can use it to cook and utilize. We have been looking at different strategies for it. All we know is that for now, we need to get rid of it quickly because it is affecting our tourism. But then we also have persons coming in who tell you that we can use it for various things. They are willing to set up a biogas facility to
Yes.
generate methane,
Yeah.
um, use
So
it as fertilizer.
fertilizer would be good.
Yes.
So there's hope. So do you have any partnerships around, say, with universities that are doing this research? University of the West Indies involved? Is the College of Technology at St. Lucia involved? Who are your partners in terms of do you have like a working group around the Sargassum, for example, with different, partners?
Okay, I should say in the wider Caribbean, there are a lot of different initiatives that have been taking place. So Barbados last year had a Sargassum workshop where they brought different partners, the University of the West Indies and other persons together. For in the Caribbean, in the Eastern Caribbean, I think it was earlier this year, we had a sargassum workshop, which is actually led by the British Virgin Islands. They spearheaded that initiative where Richard Branson, the Virgin Atlantic, he was actually interested to see if they can, if he can, should I say, invest in an initiative like this. So they did have this workshop, and there are a number of outputs that came out from that workshop. I can forward these to you, and we
Well,
can.
I am really more interested in making sure people understand and we find the right partners and we find the right universities that are doing research, let's say in biogas digestion, because we don't have the time, it sounds like to me, to have 5 years of preliminary study before you finally do something. If its smell is so bad that schools have to close and hotels have to close, or people, you come for 3 days vacation, but then you leave after one day because you can't stand the smell. You can't go in the water. This is very serious. So it's like, I know obviously the government is trying not to say too much for us to manage their perception, right? But we also want to make sure it's not just a matter of not saying much. It's a matter of us also ensuring that we are doing what it takes.
Okay, what we have recognized and the OECS said as that it requires both regional and global coordinated action. Okay, so it's not just a national issue, it is a global issue, and for us, it is a regional issue. And we are looking at raising awareness on the challenges as well as the economic and socio-economic impacts and opportunities as well. So we're looking at the threats as well as the opportunities. And for now, we have been sensitizing. Now, the other thing with sargassum, it comes and goes. So today you will get an invasion and influx, and a few weeks later, it has cleared up a bit. You still have some, but it has cleared up.
So we need
And
a solution that is not, let's say, a large fixed investment solution, but we need a solution. This is why probably the mulch solution would work, because you could have low budget ways of bringing in equipment that can then be used for something else when the sargassum is not there. You can use it for cane, grass, or you can use it for sargassum, let's say, gathering. The challenge still with sargassum, however, will be still be to gather it up, but still, at least if
yes,
you use a processing method that is dual purpose, you may be able to do something with it. So we've come to the end. I really enjoyed this conversation on sargassum. We've come to the end of a great conversation, and it's time for me to head up to my next leg of my journey. But I would like to ask you to give me one thing you love, or tell me rather why your life needs the Caribbean Sea. So give me a sentence that says, "My life needs the Caribbean Sea because."
my life needs the Caribbean Sea because I depend my living, my natural environment, I depend on that natural environment for my living, my well being, and even the people that I work for. So I just love when things go fine, and I do my best to ensure that our resources are conserved naturally because we depend on nature, nature depends on us, and where I am living now, I love the Caribbean. I just love my islands.
Thank you so much. And so, folk, we have been speaking with Joan Norville. She's with the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States, and she's based in Castries, St. Lucia.
Aye, safe travel, Claire, and I'll see you soon. In the
Thank you.
meantime, I will enjoy my bakes and cocoa tea.
Thank you.